So, good morning, everyone. Hope that very few people have joined here. However, uh, today we would like to consider the data types. So, already we have discussed some number of data types here. So, these are different kinds of data types which are being there in Oracle. Already we have discussed number and character, where character, integer, and so float has been discussed. And then today we'd like to have a small discussion on long and date. And then we'll go ahead with a DDL, complete DDL today. So that is the agenda today. So long and a date data type followed by complete data definition language commands, which are useful for us. If time will be permitted me, I will continue with DML commands also, because DML commands are playing a vital role throughout any database application. Okay, let us have a look about data. Let me eliminate everything right now here. Okay. Long data type. It is very important data type, which is useful for us. So as far as character data type is concerned, character is supposed to store 2000 bytes. You may be stored through a particular character data type. So you may be at most you can store 2000 bytes, whereas in var2 kind of data type, so you may be able to store 4000 bytes. Okay, maximum of 4000 bytes, not more than that. If 4000 bytes will be gets increased, if it is gets increased 4000 bytes, if it is gets increased, you don't have any facility to store extra information into that particular column. Okay, for example, if you are supposed to define a particular attribute with student name or employee name or employee designation or college name which has been joined by the student, or course joined, everything is very small enough, because the college name in the sense Newton's Institute of Science and Technology might be having some 20 to 25 to 30 characters, or your name, if you consider a particular name which does have hues in characters, maximum at most maximum will be 50 characters. So that could be okay, that could be, so always it is okay. But if you want to write conduct of any particular candidate, or so the candidate who is deliver a lecture by one particular candidate, so in a class, otherwise the project which could be done by one particular student in his final year, if you want to explain or if you want to store such kind of data, so that data could not be sufficient to be loaded with character or varchar. So the candidature or conduct of a particular student might be more than 4,000 characters. Otherwise, in other aspect, if a student has been perform some particular project, and the explanation of that particular project will be stored in a particular database, will be more than 4,000 characters, something like that. So if such kind of cases will be there with you, more huge amount of data is being stored by you, so such kind of cases will be there, then you will go ahead with long data type. Okay, that is the importance of long data type in terms of what you call Oracle here, or not exactly Oracle, for any kind of database applications here. Don't be considered that long could be gets operated for only integers as for your previous experience. In previous experience of you in C, C++, Java, or any other languages you have learned, so thereby long in the sense it is for only integer. So long integer will be stored 4 bytes, something like that, but not in SQL. That is not the case where exactly you are supposed to take into consideration here. So therefore here, how much amount of data you could store as and when you have to declare one particular attribute or one particular column name as long here, in the sense it is approximately 2 GB of data. So it could be occupies 2 GB. I mean, it is maximum. Of course, you may be given some 1 GB, it's okay, 0.5 GB, it's okay, or 250 MB, it's okay, 150 MB, it's okay, whatever it may be. But the data, what you are supposed to store, that particular data must be in terms of so strings form. Strings form in the sense, you may be stored the data in terms of strings. So that is why it could be always useful to you to store huge amount of data here. But while you are trying to store some particular kind of data, so that particular data could be declared something like this: attribute name, whatever the attribute name you would be considered here. So followed by long will be the declaration something like this. As and when you have to create any kind of table, so you have to specify your attribute name followed by long. There must not have any size here. Size could not be taken into consideration here, as like as number, as like as the character and varchar2, size could not be there here. So by default, it could be, before going to enter the data into long, by default, it could be assigns you 2 GB of data for you. As far as your data is being concerned, so it could be cut short that storage while you have to enter some kind of data during its finish kind of operation here. So that so it could be stored. So it could be stored up to 2 GB of information. So it could be Oracle or SQL has thinks that as 2 GB is more on I mean enough kind of size to store the data in terms of any specification here. So that here, let us consider while defining long in our SQL, there are many number of restrictions over long data type. So if you consider number, yes, you can define any number of number data types in a particular table. Any number of attributes could be defined number data type. There is no problem at all. If you consider character, any number of attributes or columns will be defined character or varchar2 or date. There is no problem at all. But for for long, so there is one specific I mean, there are several number of specific reasons so to be used this long here. One of those will be first one. So for a particular table, for one table, for a specific table, so you have only one long, okay, one long column in a table. So that is the first restriction. If you want to define a particular table with some kind of structure, that structure might have several number of columns. So student ID, student name, course join, address, or many other kinds of columns will be there. Out of all those columns, only one particular column does have so long data type. So if you are supposed to define more than one long data type, so it could not be allowed you. So that is the first and foremost restriction while we are supposed to talk something about long data type in terms of SQL here. Then second restriction, what exactly you are supposed to take into consideration is, so in future, very nearer future, we may be discuss something about what you call constraints. And on long data type or on long columns, on long columns, so you could not operate or you could not enforce constraints. Any constraint, whatever the constraint it may be, you have many number of constraints. So totally six different types of constraints are available here. So out of all those constraints, you are not supposed to allowed to enforce on long columns. Long column must be entered in such a way that it doesn't have any enforcement of constraints here. And then third one is, so third point will be, you need to remember here is, so if you want to, I mean, in future, we maybe gets operate some select command, which is in DML operations. In DML operations, there is a command that is select. So in selection, there are many clauses. So out of two particular clauses are there. So long cannot be operated cannot be operated in group by or order by clauses in select kind of command here. So that is what you need to remember. So long cannot be operated in group by clause, otherwise order by clause within the select command, which is very familiar and very important command in throughout the SQL here. And followed by fourth one is, in future you may be learn something about PL/SQL or PL/SQL. In PL/SQL, you have a facility to create many number of functions, many number of procedures, or many number of packages, or triggers, or cursors. Many other kind of operations are being stored or created by you. So long cannot be cannot be a parameter for or argument for a function. So you may be create a function, but that particular function cannot be taken so long as argument, or procedure could not be taken any kind of long, followed by package cannot be taken any kind of long on the trigger. And you cannot define the trigger on any kind of long data types here. Trigger. Okay, so trigger. So these are the restrictions. You may be define long column in a particular table could have only one long column. That is the first restriction you are supposed to take into consideration. Secondly, so constraints cannot be enforced on long column. Constraints, no constraint is being enforced on long column. And the long column cannot be taken group by clause or order by clause in select statement. And the fourth one is, so long column cannot be a parameter for or argument for a function or procedure or package or trigger. Okay, either of these PL/SQL objects cannot be taken long as a parameter or argument here. So these are the different. Okay, one more thing is that let me give you one more thing. One more very important point is that. So that is fifth point. So in future you may be create one more object. That object name is index. Index. So indices are indices. Indexes cannot be created on long data type or long columns. Indices cannot be created on long columns. These are the 5 restrictions while we have to take into consideration of long data type into your databases. And you must take care while you have to use long data type into your table or any other kind of object of SQL here. So finally, what is the conclusion for this particular long is, long cannot be, so long can be the substitute of character and varchar2. So if data cannot be sufficient to be stored of your one particular column by character and varchar2, then you are expected to store. I'll give you what is the trigger. I'll give you. So trigger in the sense situation will be demands. Then I'll give you what is the trigger and everything. Okay. So if a situation will be demands by you, then long could be taken into consideration for a particular column in the table. And this is the default syntax for creating any kind of long. And while defining long column in a particular table, you must be remember these restrictions. These are the different kinds of restrictions where exactly you need to remember. Okay. So somebody asked me, what is a trigger? Trigger in the sense, without user intervention, if any operation will be happened on one particular object where exactly you define trigger, without user intervention, that could be fired and it could be executed some piece of code which could be done. Okay, you have prepared one particular trigger on one particular table. For example, a table will be there. So ABC, table ABC will be there. On ABC, you have been defined one particular trigger on that. If any insertions, if any deletions, or if any updations, all DML operations except select will be gets happened on that particular table. So then immediately, so insertion in the sense you may be enter or you may be introduce a new row into that particular table. Deletion in the sense existed row can be deleted, and update in the sense some updations could be happen on existed data. If you perform these operations, obviously a trigger which you have written by you will be fired, and what actually been happen that could be noted in other table, and it is very useful to you while doing some kind of operations in real time. I'll give you complete information, and I'll also give you some number of exercises to be part of this particular trigger. However, these are the different kinds of so restrictions which have been posed on long data type. Let me go ahead with the date. So a date is one of the very important data type which is being defined by so this databases. And let me define this particular thing. So here also any column, date of birth or date of join or date of quote, if you consider tenders, date of quote when it was quoted, or when you have born, or when you have joined into one particular service, everything has been taken in account of so this particular date only. So normally this could be the default type could be taken something like this. So let me give you attribute name followed by so a date. So this is the general so application of our general applying of syntax of that particular date data type here. And the date data type could not be taken any size here. There is no size for date, and a default date data type could be taken in such a way. So it could be always enclosed within single quotes. It could be always enclosed with single quotes. So default type will be DD hyphen MON hyphen YYYY, 4 Ys. Okay. So this is the default date data type or data type which could be entered into your database here. So for example, if you want to enter some kind of date, something like this, 13, today's date will be, for example, so 09, so JUN, June, so 2020. If you want to enter something like this, this is the way you have to enter into your database, where exactly you have to define something like that. And other than this particular type, our default type will be given by you immediately. It will be so error message will be thrown to you that this is not the specific date data type which we have to enter. Some error message will be thrown to you. And what is the default date which could be accepted? And I mean ranges, what is the minimum range and what is the maximum range which is going to be accepted here? In the sense, minimum range is so 01, so January Jan, so 4712 so BC, this is BC 2, so 31, so December triple 49s up to this particular so date it is going to be accepted. Up to this is BC actually before Christ, from this particular date to, so this is after Christ, so after death of the Christ AD, up to this particular date it could be accepted. So previously in 2000, I mean in 2000, so the date data type which has been defined by the Oracle or SQL, it has been taken something like this only. So up to 4712 only in 2000, 4712 only. In 12C, so the version 12C of SQL or Oracle, it has been changed from 4712 to so 49s. Okay, 9999th year. Up to this one, you could access the date here. So in this way, you could enter some date into your specific data type here. So how much amount of space which is being consumed here? So the amount of space which is being consumed by the date will be, normally date will be always stored as the timestamp. How it could be seems in the sense, let me consider today. So that is 09. So month is JUN, and then 2020 is actual date, followed by timestamp in the sense what time you have entered your data into your database. That's also be mentioned here, so that let me consider, so 12 hours, so 18 minutes, and then some 55 seconds. So this is the total amount of so space which is being occupied by any data type here. So it is totally 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19 bytes of, so you please calculate how many number of characters are there on exclusion of this particular space. Space is not supposed to be taken into consideration here. So totally 19 bytes are supposed to be used to store here. So date is very much useful to you to do some kind of operations here. Okay. So these are the specific number of data types which are useful for us, and some other number of data types also be there. Raw and long raw also be there. Blog, BLOG, CLOG, B file. Some of the data types also be there. So using SQL prompt, prompt, so BLOG, otherwise CLOG or RAW or long raw cannot be explained, because why it is not supposed to be explained here in the sense, so directly you cannot so store some kind of data into these data types by using SQL prompt. You need to have some front end applications such as .NET or Java or Python. Some other number of applications are required to store the data, because you need to browse one particular diagram or one particular picture or one particular photograph of you or your friends or your family, and that can be loaded into your database. That must be always required to have some front end application. Then only we could work for this. Okay, at the end of this course, I will show you how to so evaluate this also. Okay, so these are the data types here. And finally, the data types which I have been discussed for this particular Oracle is, so these are the data types which I have gone through. So, I mean, we have gone through, not exactly myself. Number one, first one is number. First one is number. Second one is CHAR. Third one is VAR, CHAR, VAR, CHAR2. Then fourth one is date. Fifth one is integer. Sixth one is FLOAT, float. Then long. Yes, up to this we have completed. And most probably by using your SQL prompt, you could use only these number of data types, which we have to create some number of tables for a particular point of view here. And now let me introduce the DML commands, data manipulation commands here. So we do have, as far as Oracle or SQL is concerned, SQL is made up of four different kinds of languages. Normally, it has been created, or it has been made up of with four different kinds of languages. First one is data manipulation language. Second one is first one is DDL, data definition language, data manipulation language, and a transaction control language, data control language. Already I have given some information. So what are the commands which are incurred with these different kinds of languages? Already I have given. Let me note it down at this moment also. Okay, data definition language could be always used to so have. So first one is create, then alter, then drop, and truncate. These are the four commands which are useful to you to create some objects or alter the structures of object or drop the entire data and structure from your database and truncate the specific table, something like that. And DML, so first one is select, then insert, followed by update, followed by delete. So these are the specific operations which are available with us. And here commit, so roll back, and then save point. So these are the specific operations or commands which are available with TCL. And here is grant and revoke. So these are the commands which are available for us. So totally 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2. So totally 8 plus 5, that is 13. 13 different commands are available with us. Out of these 13, so this is very, very important command, which is useful for us, because without this one, so you are unable to provide any kind of reports to the users. So select is very, very important kind of thing here. So before going to take all these, let me introduce one or two data dictionary kind of tables. There are many tables are available. So out of those, so let me introduce data dictionary kind of tables here. First table or first data dictionary kind of table is TAB. You need to remember this one, TAB. TAB in the sense, so all tables which have been created by you so far, all tables which were created by you in our user. So you have allotted one particular user. Within your user, you have been created. You have a facility to create as many number of tables. So our views or any other kind of data, I mean data objects. Out of those, all tables. Of course, this could be TAB can also be displays to you views, either view or table. So any one of these objects are supposed to be displayed for our purpose here. So this is the first data dictionary kind of thing here. Then second one is CAT. CAT in the sense catalog. CAT in the sense catalog. Normally, if you go or if you visit any kind of restaurant or somewhere else, they may be give one catalog to you. So it could be pertains. So as much as many number of events or food items or however, where exactly you have to go, you maybe ask one particular catalog so that could be have many items and their rates or however, whatever it may be. Similarly here also, all kinds of objects. How many number of objects so far you have? All kinds of objects. Objects which were created by you so far. So far, you after enter into this particular user, so far how many number of objects you have been created. So what kind of the object it might be? Either it is a table, view, synonym, sequence, role, many, as many number of objects. After 128 different kinds of objects are available in databases. What kind of object you are supposed to created, everything will be gets stored. I mean, data could not be stored only. So what is the object name, when it was created, who is the owner, and what is the access specified will be mentioned by that particular object. Everything will be so noted down by this particular so tables here. I mean, these are two different types of tables which are useful for you to know whether so-called object what you have created just before. I'll show you. So what are the specifications here? So let me operate describe DES TAB. TAB is one data dictionary kind of table. So observe this one. So in table, so you have, it was not created by me. It was not created by me. It is automatically will be there. T name, that is a table name. T type, that is a table type. And then cluster ID. If you have any clusters which we have to create, that cluster ID will be taken into consideration by this particular table. As and when you have to create a table, immediately the table name will be noted down here. So whether it is table or view, so that could also be noted down here. So this is the total description of your TAB kind of a data dictionary item. Then followed by describe CAT, category or catalog. You can see, so table name and table type. Okay, so these two will be taken into consideration. You may be, so here don't consider table in the sense it could be able to store only table. It could be store anything, whatever it may be, anything will be get stored. But the column name or attribute name has given, that is a table here. So the table type is maybe table, maybe view, maybe so materialized view, or maybe synonym, maybe sequence, anything will be displayed by CAT here. And the table will be, TAB will be always displayed only tables and views only. So not more than that. So these two must be remembered by you. And let me consider whether any table is being created by us in this particular user, so or not. So for that one, you please remember these comments for a while until I have to come across with DML. So select star in the sense everything from TAB in the sense, so the table TAB, you can see no rows are selected. So there is no table which we have created here. there is no table up to this moment you have created here. Otherwise, select everything from, so CAT. If you select this one, no rows are selected here. So no table, no view or any other kind of object you have been created so far. Let me create a small table for us based on the, so employee information system. Let me create one particular thing. So create, already I have given the syntax for creation. So you can see this is the, so create table command. So you can see create table. So open parenthesis, attribute one, data type, followed by size, and so on and so forth. How many number of attributes are there? You could specify those many number of attributes here. So based on this particular syntax, let me create a table, create, so employee, employee. So let me take first ID, that is employee ID, number of some 5, comma. Second column is employee name, e-name. So VRCHR2 of some 20 bytes. So let me create a unique kind of ID here. Then followed by employee, so designation, EDESI, designation. So varchar2 of some 20 here also. And then employee salary, SAL, employee salary. So number of salary will be always in terms of number of 11 comma 2. So followed by employee DEPT, for which department he is related to. So that this is so VRCHR2 of some 20, maybe CSE, maybe I mean EC, something like that. And then if any other columns are there, you have to specify. Let me stop up to this moment. So let me close brace again and semicolon. Already I have given some information to you that if semicolon could not be put by you, obviously SQL engine will be thinks that yes, the command has not been completed so up to this moment. If two times enter key will be typed by you, obviously the previous command what you have entered will be omitted or ignored. Okay, remember this one. Yes, invalid. Okay, one thing has been missed here. If you want to modify this one, so you just operate edit. It will be open a notepad for you. This notepad might have so AFIEDT.buf. I don't know in our cell phones it has been so visible or not. AFIEDT.buf. This is a buffer actually. It is a buffer. So this buffer will be always store most recent command what we have typed here. Most recent command only. So let me modify this one. Actually, it is create table name. That is the command actually. So I'll show you one more time. So create table. There must be a column. There must be a keyword that is table followed by table name. I have forgotten to give that kind of create table. So let me take a table. Create a table name. And you will be come out from this one. So save yes or no. Yes, it has been saved. After this one, already I have shown you something in the previous so slides. SQL plus might be having some slash. Okay, SQL plus might be having some slash. So how this slash is being executed here in the sense, whatever the content which may be available within the buffer, if you want to execute this total content once again, so you just operate slash here. Slash is going to be execute the content which is available with the SQL buffer. Okay, so if SQL buffer does have create table employee blah 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 will be available within that particular thing, so then it could be gets executed. And note one more thing here, as far as the command which I have typed here, it does have a semicolon here. It does have semicolon. So without semicolon, it could not be executed. That is the statement I have given for you. But here it has been edited in the sense a buffer has been taken. Within the buffer I have modified. So here I have forgotten to give table here. I have modified here. Yes, it has been modified and come out from the buffer. Wrote file to the AFIEDT. So AFIEDT.buf. So this has been taken and come out from the buffer, and everything has been displayed. It doesn't have any semicolon here. It doesn't have any semicolon here. So whatever the content you have been executed from the buffer, it doesn't require semicolon. It does not require semicolon. So because if you put semicolon, so it could be things that double semicolon has been given. so that some error message will be displayed to you. Let me show you. Let me open one more time and put semicolon here. If I put semicolon and save this one, come outside. And now previously there is no semicolon in the buffer. Now I have explicitly have mentioned the semicolon. Let me execute this one. It will show you some error message. So invalid, missing or invalid option. Okay. If you put one more semicolon here, 2 semicolons will be taken. Buffer will be implicitly gives 1 semicolon, and you will also give 1 more semicolon. So that is why missing or invalid option could be there here. So that again, edit this one, and you have to delete this particular semicolon. By default, slash has been taken. Previously, I have eliminated this one. Even then, the buffer will be by default, it has been taken. Look at that. Okay, save and come back and execute the command here. Yes, your table has been successfully created. Okay, now you will come to execute select everything from CAT. Look at this. Yes, one particular table has been. Table name is employee. Table type is table. So whatever I have created, that is a table. So select everything from TAB. So you could see. So here also table name is employee. Table type is table. Cluster ID, there is no cluster which have been taken into consideration by me during the creation of that particular table. So therefore, you need to remember that as and when you have to create any table or any object, so these two, cat and TAB, will be automatically reflected. So as and when table will be created, table will be stored, name and its type will be stored in TAB, and if any other objects other than table and everything will be noted down in CAT. In this way, you could store your data into these default tables which have been available, which are called as data dictionaries, which are available with Oracle here. So now, second command which we have to consider here is, that is the way you have to create a particular table. A table will be gets created something like this. You can see. So create a table, table name, so followed by attribute 1, attribute 2, and so on and so forth. If you want to describe your table, so DESC employee, if you define something like this, so these are the employee ID, which is the number of 5, just before we have defined. Employee name, so number of varchar2 of 20, designation varchar2 of 20, and employee salary, yes, it has been taken number of 11, 2. Employee department, so it has been taken varchar2 of 20. So everything has been taken into consideration in such a fashion so that it could be created something like this. So we are running out of time, and we'll continue in the next hour, next class. Tomorrow class, I'll finish off DDL, and then we'll enter into DML also.